All right, was going back to those probes. So you can go to a home, you can assess it, you can evaluate it, you see all these things, you see these deficiencies in the building, you know all that. Well, with the use of probes, especially for their simplicity, and tools like the Energy Conservatory, not to just keep on beating them in there, but has anybody used the TrueFlow? It's a game changer. It's one of my favorite things, short of my wife. And it, and children. Got to keep that one going. All right. So that, once you know how much air the system's moving, and look, you don't have to use TrueFlow. You can plot it on a fan chart. It's not as accurate. It's a little bit more of a challenge, but you can do it. But for the sake of the 10 minutes I have left, take a TrueFlow, pop it in. You can then determine how much air is the system moving. Take your probes, throw them in there. You can do a Measure Quick report. You can use a Field Piece app. I don't care how you do it. You'll know the change. You'll know the capacity of that system. If you know that 5-ton measured 36,000 BTUs and they're happy with it, is it red flags everywhere? Do they need the 5-ton? Absolutely not. They need a 3-ton. But why is the 5-ton only delivering 36,000 BTUs? If they tell you that the unit only runs 20 minutes and turns off, let's look at the 1.5-ton. You know, we've got a whole nother issue that we got to start diving down into. Whenever you go out there and you've ran through and you've done all of these checks and you've made sure to check every box and, you know, not leave any stone unturned, and you've evaluated the home and the home's consistent and the air conditioning system's underperforming, and you've ran the manual J and you decided to do it, your job's not finished. You have to test out. You have to test out before you walk out. So many times somebody spends all the sales process, all the diagnostic process, goes painstakingly through all of that, and we install it and we don't go back. We don't check it. We don't confirm things. We got to kill those stats from earlier. You have to, you trust that your guys did it, but then go verify. Send somebody out there that's their job. In fact, if you can afford so, create a position for somebody that is their job. They're the commissioning technician. That's it. With today's tools, technologies, it's just too simple. There's really no excuse. Walk the client through. You've developed this relationship with the client. They bought into you. They don't want anybody else. Teach them how to use their system. Teach them how to maintain it. Stop using bleach, please. Little things like that. And develop that lifelong service connection with that client. Make sure you guys pick up all the trash. I have this thing, I don't care if it's our trash or not. Pick it up. If you're in an attic, I don't care if there's 3 furnaces sitting in this attic. Take them all out. All they see, in most cases, is the thermostat, which hopefully we mounted that level. All right? And the curious customer goes and pokes their eye somewhere. So they open up that mechanical room, they climb in the attic, and if the first thing they see is trash, you did a trashy job. You did a fantastic job. You commissioned it. You were the one, you were part of the 1 percentile out there that has just knocked it out of the park. But to them, you did a terrible job. It's so easy to lose traction in what we do by the smallest things that sometimes are out of our control. So just make sure you beat it home. Make sure that everybody in your organization knows to do these things. You know, yeah, I think that's pretty much, celebrate your wins. Everyone fails, everyone falls. Try not to just beat up everyone in your organization every time something doesn't work out. Learn from them, but celebrate your wins and celebrate their wins. One of the most underappreciated segments of our trade is duct systems and those that install them. we should be celebrating those guys. They are the make or break. Has anybody ever done like a efficiency test on a system to see what the SEER rating was? I've tested 20 SEER equipment that I had some old Ream 10 SEER 1990 heat pumps that would blow it out the water. You have to test it. And I'm running out of time. Does anybody have any questions? Great. All right. No.
You said to make it worth your time, you go on those free estimates. Do you get yourself in the door?
Sure. Yeah. So that goes back to like the little subtle hints. So you give people a taste. It's not to do the whole carrot on a string thing, but if I'm in your house and I'm the third, fourth contractor, or let's say that I've been your contractor forever, and I point out certain things that were quote unquote free to me because I'm already there, I'm already invested, I've spent the money one way or another to be there. So using something like the DG8, taking that hose, I have inside of this, but I knew there was no way I could cover it. We can do what we call a dominant duct leakage. So I can take this and I can take a probe and I can stick it out your front door, turn your air conditioner on, and determine, does the house go negative or positive? If the house goes negative, well then you probably have a lot of supply air leakage. If it doesn't do anything, that doesn't mean that you're in the clear, because we could have equal negative and we could have supply and return leakage. And if the house goes positive, well, then we might have a lot of return air leakage. And that was a pretty quick thing that I can do. It takes moments. Or take that probe, throw it underneath a bedroom door. Save yourself the time. What's the largest room in the house? Master suite. Sometimes a large percentage of that home. Do y'all ever go into homes and the interior doors are different sizes? Yeah. Bedroom doors are pretty standard.
Yeah. Sometimes a double door for the master.
Yeah, sometimes. But for the most part, as a standard, all the doors are the same size. So if the door is the damper, and all the dampers are the same size, but one of them has a 20-inch duct and one of them has a 4-inch duct, it doesn't quite work. So if we're all getting a 1-inch undercut underneath every interior door, and one room's 12 by 12 and the other one's 20 by 30, that's two different volumes that you're dealing with, and so they're not the same. So pick the master bedroom because it's going to be the easiest thing, and that's also where that person who's paying you sleeps. And so...
And you mean no return duct in there too, right?
Yeah. I mean, even if it does have a return duct, check it anyways.
There you go. That's true.
It could be out of balance. That's an easy way to see if the room's in balance.
Yeah, I would go as far as say that every master suite needs a dedicated return.
You know, and that's...
Return's got to be huge once that door closes.
Yeah, I mean, like, I won't get into all the different strategies on how to do that. I'm a huge fan of passive because of the reduction in total effective length for my duct systems. And I do some unique things with how I distribute that air once I get it out. But you have to test it. You have to just check. And what you'll find though is this thing that sits in your pocket that you've already bought and paid for because you just love what you do, you can literally just that and shut a door and in a moment's notice have something. Customers like to be able to touch it, feel it, see it, everything else. That's something they can see. And hell, just hand it to them, whatever. Say, hey, look, I got to go take some measurements. If you want to, you can go check your other rooms. And let them walk around. They'll be like, no, I'm fine. It's like, okay, well, I'm just going to set this here. I bet you when you come back, it's in a different spot. All right? It's kind of like a thermal gun. Leave that on the counter. All right? They'll take pictures of it, of like their dog, which in all fairness, I do too, because it's just fun. But, you know, and that if anybody has a thermal camera, if you want to throw a little zing at it, make sure and take a picture of their dog or something like that with the thermal and include that in your report. It's just, it makes for a fun, like, what? That's kind of cool. And so anyway, give you a little buy-in with them.
Nugget of the conference.
Yeah. Drop that one right in the middle. And you can label it, you know, like needs to see vet. But But yeah, this tool, when kept in your tool bag, your pocket, your pouch, whatever, strap it around a lanyard. Maybe I should get a little lanyard thing. That would give you a kind of a no buy-in to them, no greater investment, that you could potentially turn that into a sale. And I am being told that I am done. But yes, look, if anybody wants to reach out to me, the QR code, oh yeah, sorry, yep, we're done. Anyways, integrity, have integrity. If you say something, do something, make sure it's done. Just stand by your word, eat crow, tell them that you messed up, it's gonna be okay. Celebrate wins, study losses, all that good stuff. Don't forget, air is one of the greatest forces in the world. It's truly impactful. Thank you for choosing to come to mine and suffer through my second presentation of my life. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll flip over to the QR code from the beginning. You can scan, that's my contact information. I'm fairly available. My wife can attest that I don't sleep much and answer my phone way too often. If you enjoyed the session, please let everybody know. If you did not, don't tell anyone. And that's all.
There you go, Dustin.
Thank you.